In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on April 15, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. New York Mets versus Minnesota Twins. The New York Mets will face off with the Minnesota Twins on Tuesday night in the second game of their current 3-game series. This follows a solid showing by the Mets in the series opener on Monday, where they handled business with a 5-1 victory. Last year, the Mets took 2 of 3 games against the Twins, so they've had the upper hand in recent matchups. Looking back at the past week, there's a bit of a gap between these two teams when it comes to offensive output. Over the last 7 days, the Mets have managed a .690 team OPS across 6 games, putting them in a tie for 13th with the Astros. The Twins, on the other hand, are further down the list with a .643 OPS over their last 7 games, ranking them 20th. Discipline at the plate has been another separating factor. Minnesota is struggling in that department, drawing only 41 walks, which puts them in a tie for 27th place with the Orioles. Meanwhile, the Mets have been more patient and selective, earning 58 walks to tie with the Yankees for the 10th spot. The Mets have been playing the way a good team should. They've strung together 4 straight series wins and even swept the Blue Jays along the way. Over their last 10 games, they've gone 8-2, which is about as good a stretch as any team can hope for this early in the season. The Twins, however, are stuck in a rut. They're hanging around the bottom of the league standings and still haven't managed to win a series at home. Their latest letdown came over the weekend when they dropped 2 out of 3 games to Detroit. On the pitching side, the Mets have gotten a real boost from Tyler Megill. He's been rock solid, giving up just 1 earned run in 14.1 innings pitched. Meanwhile, Minnesota's offense hasn't done much to help their cause, scoring 4 or fewer runs in 4 of their last 6 games. As for Bailey Ober, it's been a rough start to the year. He's allowed 10 runs in just 12.2 innings, and the Twins have lost 8 of the last 10 games he started. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. So what can we say about the Twins at this point? They've been bad, plain and simple, and a lot of that comes down to how flat their offense has been. Going up against Megill isn't going to help either. The Twins only managed 1 run on Monday, and honestly, it wouldn't be shocking if they got shut out in this one. Now, Ober has shown some signs of life in his last 2 starts, and the hope is that he can keep it going here. But with the way both teams are trending, this could easily turn into a low-scoring affair that doesn't even touch 3 total runs. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Houston Astros versus St. Louis Cardinals. Interleague play picks up some steam on Tuesday night as the Cardinals welcome the Astros to town. It's shaping up to be an interesting clash, especially after St. Louis grabbed the upper hand by winning the first game in this series. That win also marked the Cardinals' 2nd straight victory, while the Astros come in still trying to climb back to even, sitting 2 games below .500. St. Louis has been playing solid baseball recently, winning 3 out of their last 4, including that Game 1 victory against Houston. On the other side, the Astros have been stuck in a frustrating pattern of alternating wins and losses. After 16 games, they still haven't managed to string together back-to-back wins. Both teams are sending out starters who were sharp their last time out. Fed, in fact, was pulled after 6 no-hit innings in his previous appearance. When it comes to predicting the outcome of this game, both starters are likely to hold their own again. Houston may have a better bullpen on paper, but the Cardinals have been tough at home lately, taking 4 of their last 5 at Busch Stadium. As our first pick for this matchup, the St. Louis Cardinals money line is our full game side pick. The series opener saw the total go over, but that might not be the case again in Game 2. Both pitchers coming into this matchup are on a roll. Each of them went 6 scoreless innings their last time out, and Fed was even working on a no-hitter before being pulled. He's been stingy in general, giving up 1 run or fewer in 2 of his 3 starts. Brown has also been dealing, carrying a 2 earned run average and allowing just 5 runs across his 3 outings. While the Cardinals are currently tied for 3rd in all of baseball in runs scored, don't expect them to do much damage against Brown. Same goes for the Astros against Fed. This one's got all the signs of a low-scoring pitcher's duel. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Angels versus Texas Rangers. The Los Angeles Angels and the Texas Rangers are set to go head-to-head in what could be an important early season showdown in the American League West on Tuesday night at Globe Life Field. While it's still early in the year, both teams are trying to gain momentum in the division, and this matchup could give us a good sense of where they stand. The Angels have been swinging the bats with a lot of confidence lately, showing up near the top of the league in both home runs and runs scored per game. They've found their rhythm at the plate more often than not. On the flip side, the Rangers have had trouble stringing together consistent offensive performances, though their pitching staff has done a better job holding things down. Los Angeles just keeps smashing the ball, sitting 3rd in the league in total bases per game, which tells you how often they're hitting with authority. Sure, they've had some issues with strikeouts here and there, but they're also bringing in runs at a top 10 clip. The Rangers haven't been able to keep pace offensively, and their lack of power is a big concern in this one. I've spent years clowning the Angels because they've earned it. For the better part of a decade, they've been a mess. But this year, so far, they're actually playing solid baseball. And more importantly, the value is on their side here. We're getting plus money to bet against Corbin, and that's a spot I'll take every time. The guy has been a disaster with a 5.72 earned run average and a 1.53 WHIP since 2021, arguably the worst starter in baseball during that stretch. He's led the league in losses in 3 of the last 5 years. I'm happy to take the Angels at a better price rather than betting on Corbin to suddenly figure it out. As our first pick for this matchup, the Los Angeles Angels money line is our full game side pick. When you look at the starting pitchers in this game, neither one inspires much confidence. They both have a long history of underwhelming performances. The bullpens don't offer much relief either. Texas's relievers have a 4.37 earned run average, which ranks 23rd across the league. And somehow the Angels are doing even worse, sitting at 29th with a rough 6.29 earned run average. Los Angeles has hit the over in 4 of its last 5 games, while Texas has done the same in 5 of its last 6, so both teams have been involved in high-scoring affairs lately. The Angels are making solid contact and consistently pushing runs across the plate. Meanwhile, neither starting pitcher has gotten off to a strong start this season, especially Corbin, who is carrying an earned run average north of 7. The Rangers are among the league leaders in strikeout rate, and their approach at the plate should give Corbin trouble right from the first pitch. With how well the Angels have been hitting and the chance that Texas finally strings together a good offensive outing, I wouldn't be surprised at all if this one ends up being a shootout. 10 total runs feels very doable. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Cubs versus San Diego Padres. On Tuesday, the Chicago Cubs are set to take on the San Diego Padres at Petco Park. It'll be the second time these two teams face off this month. Their earlier series took place at Wrigley Field, where the Cubs came out swinging and won the first 2 games by a combined score of 10-2. The Padres, however, salvaged the final game of the set with a narrow 8-7 win. Looking at their last 10 matchups overall, San Diego holds a slight edge with 6 wins to Chicago's 4, and the over-under has been a dead-even split in those contests, 5 apiece. The Cubs are getting the edge this time around mostly because Shota Imanaga is starting. He's quickly become one of the most electric young arms in the league. Still, the smarter value may lie with the Padres, especially with plus odds on the board. Vasquez, despite handing out 12 walks in just over 15 innings, has kept things under control, giving up only 7 hits and 3 earned runs in that span. On top of that, the Padres are riding a 5-game winning streak and have been winning over 82% of their games this season. When a team's that hot, it's hard to justify betting against them, and it's even harder to pass up a chance to back them with extra payout potential. Sitting at 14 wins and just 3 losses, no team has put more cash in MLB bettors' pockets so far than San Diego. I'll gladly take the home underdog here. As our first pick for this matchup, the San Diego Padres money line is our full game side pick. San Diego's lineup has been hard to contain lately, but Imanaga managed to cool them off back on April 4th, handing the Friars their first loss of the year. Petco Park tends to suppress offense when the weather's mild, and with the cool air and thick marine layer expected, don't expect the ball to carry the way it does in the warmer months. While the Padres are undeniably loaded with talent, they've been riding a hot streak, and that can't always last, especially when key bats are missing from the lineup. Even if the Cubs manage to tag Vasquez early, San Diego's bullpen is probably in decent shape. Thanks to Michael King going the distance on Sunday. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Colorado Rockies versus Los Angeles Dodgers. This Tuesday, the Colorado Rockies head to Southern California for a matchup against the Los Angeles Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. The two teams are no strangers to each other, and recent history hasn't been kind to Colorado. The Dodgers have taken 8 out of their last 10 games against the Rockies, and when it comes to betting totals, the over has cashed in 7 of those 10 meetings, with 1 push. If you're comparing offensive firepower, it's not even close this season. The Dodgers are near the top of the league with a team OPS of .727, good for 9th overall. On the flip side, the Rockies are stuck way down at 25th with a .616 team OPS. That gap's been visible even during recent cold stretches for both clubs. Over their last 6 games, Colorado is managing just 1.67 runs per contest, while Los Angeles is putting up 2.6 runs across their last 5. The Dodgers have clearly had the upper hand in this series lately, winning 8 of the last 10. As our first pick for this matchup, the Los Angeles Dodgers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Looking at the pitching situation, Knack didn't last long in his last outing, only 2.1 innings, and it's not likely he'll go deep in this one either. He's not built to be a workhorse, which means Los Angeles' bullpen will probably get a decent workload. That's not ideal considering their relief corps has been average at best, with a 4 earned run average and 8 home runs allowed so far. On the other hand, Colorado's offense, which was completely shut out in San Diego, is due for at least a little bounce back. Then there's Feltner, who hasn't exactly fared well against the Dodgers in the past. Combine that with Colorado's bottom-tier bullpen, and the Dodgers should find themselves with plenty of chances to put up runs on Tuesday. While Los Angeles' bats haven't been on fire lately, this is the kind of matchup where they could easily break out and push close to double digits. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.